Recently, I visited Bookmarks in London, a famous leftist/Marxist bookshop, and I'll do a book haul for you, which is very weird saying book haul because it's a leftist bookshop and book hauls are kind of like prime capitalism, but you know what I mean. So I picked up 4 books from there and I'll talk to you about them. And I was too shy to actually take photos inside the shop, but here are some photos I found online of the shop. How beautiful, how lovely. I actually quite liked a lot of the decor and a lot of the pieces they were putting up. I think they were setting up for an event whilst I was there, but let's get on to the books. Kicking off with Frantz Fanon's Wretched of the Earth. This book is like prime reading if you want to learn about decolonialism, want to learn about colonialism, learn about the effects of it. I've been searching for this book for about a year and a half because I don't want to buy it online because a lot of the retailers that were selling it were just massive businesses and I didn't want to buy it from them. I would have rather bought it from an independent place. I tried to get it at my library. They had 1 copy of Wretched of the Earth in my entire borough of London, and I just could never get my hands on it whenever I tried. So after going to several independent bookshops and even leftist bookshops, I finally got this. I've read one other Frantz Fanon book, but apparently this is the one where it's like, you have to read this. So, Wretched of the Earth by Frantz Fanon, and I know I'm not pronouncing that entirely correctly, but I'm British, what do you want me to do? Number 2 is Beyond a Boundary by C.L.R. James. This book is one I actually just saw whilst I was browsing the sports section of the store, and I was like, instantly drawn to it. So I don't think you've noticed, but I'm South Asian. I know, shock. You can kind of tell I've got Indian Pakistan on my necklace. I wear this basically every day. And the book is about cricket, the impacts of cricket. James was a massive cricket fan, so he is talking about how much he loves cricket and he is defending cricket as a sport in the West Indies, or the Caribbean to be more accurate. But also he does talk about the colonial past of it, the colonial impact of cricket and the relations of race to cricket, especially in the West Indies/Caribbean. I'm sure he's going to talk about things like the Bodyline series and whenever the West Indies went to play cricket because they absolutely dominated. They were like one of the best teams in the world for so long, and I'm sure he's going to talk about that. And probably the role of cricket in school life and growing up as a youngster, but I didn't really read too much of the blurb. I read half of it and I was like, I have to buy this. So if you like cricket, Beyond a Boundary might be a very interesting read. Then I got this pamphlet, Apartheid is Not a Game. It's about or commemorating the 50th anniversary of the 1970s Stop the Tour campaign. Stop the 70s Tour Committee campaign. So basically, I wanted to make a video about this on my other channel, linked above, and I was going to make this video about how, obviously in apartheid South Africa, people weren't allowed to go play sports there. They were banned by international sports committees. However, there was a team and a group of England players who decided, we're going to go do it anyway. I can't fully remember if it was actually put together by the ECB. I don't think it was. So they kind of went rogue, and there was a lot of, legendary English players who never played again because they went on this tour. And this is about the stopping said tour. It's also probably about stopping the actual tour that was planned and then the illegal tour that went ahead. So I'm very interested in this. Again, I was planning on making a video about this anyway on my other channel, which you can go and subscribe to. I'll put a link to it maybe at the end of the video and down below and above me if I can. But super interesting. Didn't really think there would be anything on it. Obviously it's a pamphlet, so it's very short, but... And finally, I got Angela Y. Davis's Freedom is a Constant Struggle. I've not read a lot of Davis's works. I've only actually ever read introductions she's done for other books. For example, Walter Rodney's How Europe Underdeveloped Africa. The edition I had a whole introduction and about the author. I believe both were by Davis. So I saw her book and I was like, okay, Davis is more or less like a must-read for you to read about black feminism and intersectionality and intersectional feminism. So yeah, I thought I'd pick one up. Again, it's not super long. None of these are actually very long. I think the longest one is probably the C.L.R. James book on cricket. So I'm actually very much looking forward to reading this, especially because I've not actually read any of Davis's works themselves, not even like essays or pamphlets. Maybe I've read an essay, but I can't fully remember. So those are the 4 books I got. Let me know in the comment section down below which of these books you've read, or if you haven't read any of them, which one of them piqued the most interest of you. Once again, I went to Bookmarks Books in London. It's actually very close to a nice sushi place that I like, but that's not relevant to this. It's near Tottenham Court Road. It's like a 5-minute walk from Tottenham Court Road station and 5 minutes from the British Museum. Let's not talk about the British Museum, but thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. Remember to like, subscribe, share the video with a friend or family member, and hey, I hope you read a really great book today. And if you're gonna buy books, finish the books you already have, because I have a problem and I keep buying books and it's a lot of money.